So I wasn't aware, but I just learned today that Joe Rogan, he said on his podcast 7 years ago that he attended an Eyes Wide Shut party with Dave Chappelle. He didn't stay very long. And for those that don't know, well, this would be an example of your Eyes Wide Shut party, or just go watch the movie of Stanley Kubrick's. Because, in the last 24 hours, it's come out that, there were 25 minutes missing from that movie because, well, I guess it hit too close to home for what Hollywood really does. And you can go on YouTube and find this short clip. It's about a little over 5 minutes long of Joe Rogan saying, telling the story about how Dave Chappelle talked him into going to an Eyes Wide Shut party and that Naomi Campbell was having. So as you can see there, it's 7 years ago. So I guess when they come out and tell you, because it's innocent. He said he left early. Sort of like it was innocent when RFK Jr. went fossil hunting with Epstein and Ghislaine, or Glenn as he calls her. He calls her Glenn. Okay. So because I get, this is how dumbed down Americans are, right? You don't stop to think that, are they just telling you because, well, it's part of their code? Because how many followers does Joe Rogan have? And it's, again, what I go back to is there's no way that, there's, what my point to this isn't to try to say anything about Joe Rogan, okay? Usually that phone only beeps like that if I say the United States of America. But I guess it wants to, whatever. I don't know if people heard that beep. Okay, anyway. So there's this posse, okay? I've mentioned them before. And they worship Elon Musk. But I think really what it is they all, I'll show the posse in a minute. What they all do is they protect each other, and they all just, some of them, he already had his podcast, but they're all podcasters, and they came out of the woodwork when Trump got into office. So why did Elon Musk buy Twitter? We're told every day by everybody says if it wasn't for free speech, or if it wasn't for Elon Musk, we wouldn't have free speech. But us average Americans out here know that's bullshit, because I come across comments all the time where people are saying that they're shadow banned on Twitter too, or on X. So he bought it for one reason. Can you figure it out? He had to make it look good, okay? So he exposed the WPATH files, which was the transgenderism being deliberately pushed on children by social workers and physicians, and it was all recorded. So all that was released and exposed. And he exposed how the FBI and the government was in bed with Twitter and silencing people that were COVID dissenters. So all that was exposed. But he's dangled this carrot with the other thing that he hasn't exposed that most people wanted exposed. And we all know what that is, right? All the list. But he just dangles it like a carrot. And why is our government praising Elon Musk? He didn't give free speech, you liars. You lie. But you are all the same people that say Trump wouldn't have gotten elected without Elon Musk. Or the other people say Trump wouldn't have gotten elected without Joe Rogan. Bullshit. But God forbid, no, we can't dare say that Trump just worked hard and deserved it. No, he needed Elon Musk. He needed Rogan. Oh, he did not. This is part of the posse. Yeah, Dave Rubin, podcaster, Rogan, of course. I forget the guy in the middle's name, doesn't matter. Eric Weinstein, he did have a podcast. I don't know if he still does, but he goes on everybody else's. Jordan Peterson. So it's interesting at Jordan Peterson. I had listened to him back when he did his psychology, because he was a psychology professor in Canada. And everybody watched him in the classroom because he would take like the personality disorders and he would just, explain them in ways of using fairy tales and cartoons, and it was fascinating to listen to. So it was not a surprise that he became so famous. But then all of a sudden, he'd like dropped off the scene. For 2 years, he was gone. And they say it was because he had a Xanax addiction. So he was having trouble overcoming that, and he even went to Russia to try to get help, because his daughter Michaela Peterson had given a couple updates, only a couple. So you didn't hear anything from him for a couple years. So like he's in Russia while everybody is carrying on that, pointing at Trump and saying he's some Russian spy, like our media was doing that. Not saying they should say that about. Do you see how there's so much the irony with it? So yet all these people are liberals. Elon Musk, former liberal. Every single one of these people, every single one of them, have said that if it wasn't for Elon, we wouldn't have free speech. If it wasn't for Elon, Trump wouldn't have been elected. And then some even saying, like Peterson, saying that if Joe Rogan hadn't endorsed Trump wouldn't have got elected. What a slap in the American people's face. You're just disgraceful people. But there's so many of you, because who you can add to this posse is really everyone. You can add Glenn Beck. You can add Patrick Bet-David. You can add every single person that carries on about how Elon Musk gave free speech. Because every single one of those people, they step and kick the American people, the average American people, in the face every time you fuckers say that. And of course, you can add to the group of the posse, the club. Shapiro, yeah. You could add, and he's Republican, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You might as well add Charlie Kirk in here, even though you'd never see them. They're all the same. They're all the same. They're tools, literally tools. And what they all do is they all protect each other, and they all protect Elon. And none of them, minus, I don't know, Shapiro's gone back and forth with Trump, but none of them really have supported Trump until, as they say, all of them have said it. They couldn't support Donald Trump until they knew that he could pick the right team to be around him. Oh, yeah, the right team. Isn't that funny? Like Elon Musk, who still to this day hasn't released any names because he bought Twitter with P. Diddy. In fact, it's interesting that Jordan, Rogan, all these podcasters never tell you what Trump wrote and posted about how it was an illegal buy, what Elon did. No, they just want to tell you how Elon Musk gave free speech. No, he didn't. If he was really going to be about that, he would have done it. He didn't want to give free speech. He just wanted to get in there to protect a lot of people, let's say. Because he's still dangling that carrot and not exposing what was the most important thing to expose. And they all are in the same circle, and there's so many. I said already who you can add to that, but there's others. Because you don't get a podcast of people in the millions and millions of followers unless the powers that be of this world allow you to. Which I think means you have to, well, I don't want to say it because, you can't say it. It's not like we have free speech in America anymore. But, you have to go along with the club. And that club loves to carry on about the look at this is what Elon Musk created, the Tesla truck. That's the most ugliest piece of metal I've ever seen. But this is who everybody wants to say is a hero. But they're all in their own little exclusive club.